We open on an arcade. Honey is playing some kind of shooter game, but she's not paying much attention to it. She's watching him play the strangest pinball machine I've ever seen. Most have the flippers down here on the sides of the table. This one has them up on the clear top. That particular machine got recalled fairly quickly, though, because heavy-handed players kept shattering the glass. Our man finishes his game and goes to leave.
Oops, I beg your... Ooh, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
I got this. Just for you. Because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
To remember me by.
Excuse me?
Don't you want to remember me?
Thank you.
No, she doesn't want to remember you. But he held her up just long enough that the subject, Mousy by name, eluded her. Sam is elsewhere in the arcade, but he doesn't have a line of sight.
Sam!
In fact, he can't see much of anything right now except stars.
You're all right.
Boy, you know, they came out of nowhere.
That's where they were going to take you.
Hey, that's great. I get slugged, and you win Cupid dolls.
I didn't want it in the first place.
Well then, now Honey will definitely remember that guy, and God help him when she catches up with him. They report it all to Police Lieutenant Badger. He's well named.
Come on, you two. How long do you think you're going to get by with this flim-flam? Stop badgering, Badger. Lieutenant Badger.
Play a black tie, Sam. This lieutenant's formal.
Play it any way you like. A lot I don't buy.
Because they have nothing better to do than make up a story like this just to waste your time with mugshots, right? They're doing all this just to frustrate you. My, don't we have a high opinion of ourselves? He's convinced their client is the guilty one. Somebody has been making bombs and using them as diversions to pull daring robberies. That used to be their client's M.O. He just got out of prison, and the lieutenant is determined to send him back.
Incarcerated? Me? Maxwell Bripp? Philanthropist?
Maxwell Bripp is your new image. They still remember Maxy the Suit.
Maxwell Bripp, formerly Maxy the Suit, now runs a men's club. The club is exclusive. If you haven't done time, you're not qualified. He helps men who have finished their sentences to find jobs and stability, and he's helped to cut the recidivism rate significantly. It's not difficult to believe him when he says he really has gone straight and wants to help other cons go straight. But somebody has picked up his modus operandi and has been pulling exactly his kind of jobs ever since he got out. Even he realizes how guilty he looks. That's why he hired Honey and Sam to clear his name. Speaking of his name, what's Dick Clark doing there?
Mr. Bripp, I have other clients. We must finish our business here.
What business?
First of all, this article for the financial pages. Which photograph to use in the Sunday fashion section? You've been nominated Best Dressed Man.
I'm being nominated for a number across my chest. And he promotes my tailor.
That's Mr. Payton. He's Max's publicist. His job is to reform his client's image from former bomb maker to reformed philanthropist. The current string of robberies isn't making his job easy.
Look, you gotta get this heat off me. For all I know, they may be pulling another job right now.
Hey, mister, you forgot your flower cart. He and 3 other guys put on silver wigs and plastic face masks during the confusion. It's another robbery, but at least this time Max has 2 solid alibis, Sam and Honey. Now, here's the part I don't get. The next time these guys pull a job, Max won't have an alibi, and the lieutenant will be right back in his face. So who pulled this one, Lieutenant? The fact that he didn't tears a huge hole in your case.
We found it in Maxy Bripp's apartment. He says he kept it.
For sentimental reasons. That's all.
But this time you don't have an alibi.
Don't you worry, Maxy. We'll have you out on bail in an hour.
I refuse.
You mean you're happy here?
This is my alibi. The next job they pull, here I am.
But if they know he's in jail, they won't pull another job until he's out. That's where Peyton comes in. He has orders to keep this out of the press.
You took your old sweet time getting here.
Look, I'm sorry I was delayed, Mr. Bripp. Business, you know.
Business? Huh. Blonde business.
There's business and then there's business. Max should know that. Better leave them to it.
Maybe this'll lead us somewhere. Want to spring your client? Bring a C-note 10 tonight. Park at 122 Broad Street and wait.
Nothing to do but take the Batman approach and walk into the trap face first.
You better move up, Sam. I can't get out.
Check the cans. I'm telling you, check those cans for something unusual. These kids just don't listen. They're off to Max's Bastille Club, where the name Honey West gets them entry, even though Honey is a member of
the female species.
I bet you didn't know female humans were a distinct species. Or if you've ever been in a relationship with one, maybe you did know. Anyway, they want to talk to Max's old gang.
Hello, I'm Honey West.
It's good to know some things remain the same, like rich old white men being stuffy and boring.
Do you know why we're here?
We didn't do it. I never hurt nobody with my bombs. Maxy's orders. If you can't steal it clean, don't steal it.
Sounds like Maxy.
But you were carrying guns.
They was phonies. That's how we finally got caught.
He hangs out at the arcade because he used to hustle coins out of people's pockets there as a lad. It's nothing but nostalgia.
Forgive me, I've been a bad host. Coffee?
Yes, please. Come on, Sam, let's go. Excuse us, gentlemen.
That was Cupid Doll Guy. He'll get away, but now they know he works here, so the club is tied in with all this somehow.
Sam, I hate to split gray hairs, but those two young men in the back alley, where do they fit?
I don't know.
And that note we found in the truck. Who else besides us knew Maxy was in jail?
Nobody, just you and me. Until Peyton showed up.
Sam, I've changed my mind. Let's split a blonde hair.
She finagles an excuse to vacuum Max's cell, put the results under a magnifying glass, and...
bingo.
Wrong! They found the hair that Max pulled off Peyton's suit.
Only it isn't blonde, Sam. It's gray. Gray, as in wigs.
I beg your pardon. This ain't no wig, lady.
Yes, Mr. Bripp. As I called downtown, they said you've been released. Huh? No, I'm sorry, I can't goodbye tonight. Business. What's that? Yeah, the same blonde, yeah.
Oh, that's all right, Peyton. Then come on around in the morning. Oh, have fun this evening.
They're in the van across the street from Peyton's office. It's not difficult to follow these guys as they head off to do the job. Max explained to Honey that an explosion at night is to pull the night watchman away, and it's working. Sam and Honey are hidden nearby, so as quick as the bad guys are out of sight, they head in too. Max is with them, but he's to stay at the car. Sam wants to call the police, but Honey wants to present them to the lieutenant, presumably accompanied by a... And besides, he'll call them about the car fire anyway. After that, I fully expect him to go capture Honey and Sam. There's 3 of them. I suggest you look around for the 4th one.
Put your hands up.
Never mind. They never have learned to watch their backs and check their corners. They're tied up on the floor, the bad guys have cleaned out the safe, and Peyton has set a nice charge that will go off in about 2 minutes to eliminate our heroes. Where's Max?
There's a knife in my right pocket.
Predictable, but well executed. Their hands get free just as the bad guys scamper out the door. They found themselves on a prison planet. Wait, this isn't Irwin Allen. They will find themselves in prison, but on this planet. I don't know what I was thinking. We learned from Lost in Space that we're the only ones in the universe who don't know how to travel by explosion. Those guys gave it a good try, though. Heavy-handed players kept shattering the glass. Don't run out of air this time. Maxwell, good grief, and has been pulling exactly these. Maxwell Bripp, formerly Maxy the Suit, now, come on, good grief, get the line. Even he realizes how guilty he looks. Seriously? A relationship with one maybe you did, no. That guy, come on. It's good to know some things remain the same, like stuffy old white, okay.